Hi, Jennifer from Aster Anne, and today I'm going to show you how I make tassels. So I've really enjoyed making tassels, popping them onto a key ring as well, but making the tassels and adding them onto some of our felt kits. So I thought I would just show you how I do them because they're a really fun and quick thing to make. So I'll have a go at making them. I'll show you how I make the two different styles, and then also show you some ways I've used them and where I've put them and some other color combos as well. I'm going to start off making one where I'm using this black and silver thread together. I like to have two colors sometimes. I think they can look a little bit fun, and so I'm going to use the two colors here. Before I start winding, what I like to use is my little winder, or so to speak. I've taken two business cards and I have stuck them together. I have also cut out this little indentation in the top and the bottom so that we can just wind the thread around and it doesn't come off. So to do a long tassel, I use a business card that way. To do a shorter tassel, I still use a business card, but just cut it the other way. So I'm going to do big ones today because I like a nice big tassel. And really simple. We just start off with winding around our thread. The thread I'm using is Dazzle by WonderFil, and Dazzle has that little bit of metallic through it, one strand of metallic, so you get that nice sort of glitzy shine through there. I personally like it, but you can also use the rayon thread, which still gives you a shine but doesn't have that sparkle through it. So to make it, we are wrapping it around, and I like to do 30 times. So I just count. I think that's about 30 times, and then I just cut that off there. I have found that using a clip, bulldog clip, this kind of clip, just to hold the thread there. I'm going to thread a needle. It is a pearl 8 thread, so it does need a big eye. Get that threaded, and we do want a reasonable amount of thread. I'm going to go with about that, so we're looking at, you know, so much, because two parts of this are going to become strands in our tassel. So I'm making the one to fit onto a keychain, and I cut the thread first at one end, hanging onto it all. Grab a hold of it all. Take off the bulldog clip, so we've got all of our threads there, a little bit like making a pom-pom. Pop it through. And then looking at getting it fairly even. Just holding it, like spread out the thread a little bit. Just make sure it's kind of smooth there. So I'm holding that tightly there. Now with the needle, I'm taking it, and I'm taking the long end and I'm putting that long end into my tassel, and now just wrapping it around, and we want to go around 10 wraps, and we're doing it tightly, so pull it fairly tightly to create those nice snug wraps. And now the needle, take back through, so from the top, just going down into my tassel, and voila, there it is. So now I would take this over to an iron and give that a press and trim it all up, give it a little haircut, And after it's all been ironed, this one I've ironed, and now I'll just show you. Let me just do a little haircut, neaten it all up on the ends. There. And there's our tassel. So that's our way of making one to attach onto a key ring. And now we'll do one that we can have as just a freestanding tassel that you can use for something else, attaching some other way. I will do a different color combo. I think we'll go with some reds. So same little template. I'm going to stick with doing a big one this time, so I think they're easier to see. So I've got two slightly different shades of sort of reds here. As I did before, I had the contrast, but this one it's sort of more tonal. Same process. So it's still around, like you can do less thread if you want to have a smaller tassel, or if you want to have an even chunkier, thicker one. Just wind around, do some more wraps around. I wasn't counting. I think we'll stop there. Hold it in place, and now again we're just going to thread a needle, and we're going to do the same as before, but before we cut this one we're going to pop our needle under there. Now I should have said earlier that when I prepared my little templates, I did put tape around it, so that makes it all nice and smooth for when I am sliding the needle through. Go all the way through there, and I'm going to tie a knot on this one. Hold the cut ends down there. Fairly tight. And now there's a few different ways that you can actually create your loop at the top. So you could create that now like that, or you could leave that long and cut that off, and that then becomes your tie at the top, so we can tie that way. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that off there, and I'm going to do another piece of thread. And so this one is still tied here at the top. Just shape it around. And as before, we're adding in that the tail into our tassel body. A little trickier here because we're just actually trying to wind around the length of the tail that I've got there, so be mindful of that. Still pulling tightly. Wrap it around nice and snug. And do one more. And take our needle back in. And pulling it through. Okay. So there is our other tassel. Okay, there we go. So I just need to have a little bit of an iron there to just press that out, and a little trim, but we will have a gorgeous tassel ready to add on to something. Okay, so I have given them a little press. Being a rayon thread, you just need to use a warm iron and no steam, so just iron it with a warm iron. And now I'm just going to do a little trim, a little haircut. Just trim that away, and then we have a beautiful tassel. Trim up a little more. Same with this one, so just trim it up. It's kind of like, it is like doing a haircut. Have a holding it between 2 fingers. Trim away, and there we have our tassels. This one I'm going to pop onto my little zipper purse here. Do that and pop that on there, and I've got extra little embellishment added onto my zipper purse now. And for this red one, I'm going to actually attach it onto this bottle here, and really just going to tie it on. If I had a thought about it a little more, I might have done the string through as a double, but I'm just going to tie this on here. So it's kind of nice to leave a length of thread, and just tie that on, pop it, around there, and now that just adds a little bit of extra to a plain bottle. So it's something that you can do with them. Some other ways of using tassels is to pop them onto a little gift. Give a nice little finishing touch. And same, we can pop that on. Little finishing touches. And you can also add them onto more of our kits. This one I've popped on with one of our bag charms, and this is where you can get creative with the colors that you use as well. So I've tried to kind of marry this together there as an idea. Same, here's one with our little bag charm, and this now I can attach onto one of our kits as well, somehow, like that. Of course, still popping them onto more of our zipper purses. They really lend themselves well there. And you can also just tie them on to the end. You don't have to have it done as a from like a key ring. You can just pop the tassel straight onto the end of the zip, because we have that little hole there, so you can pop that straight in there. What else you can do with them? Oh, sorry, I'll show you some of my color combos. So I've had a lot of fun playing with some different combinations. This one that I've made it out of blues. See, this was done from the reds again. I have this one where I've used the purples. So I quite like having the two colors mixed together to give an interesting effect. And same with these greens. So I think they're kind of fun, and really just a nice way of adding something a little bit different onto one of our kits as well, just to create extra interest on there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and that you might have a go at creating your own tassels. And if you do, certainly let me know. I would love to see photos of what you create. And yes, subscribe and hit like if you want to see more videos for different things that we create here at Aster Anne. Thanks for watching.